quarterback of the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch who's gonna step. He's gonna go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Icing.
You are looking live at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, as the 11th ranked Oklahoma Sooners take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Good evening, everyone. Cameron Duty here with Dominic Barfield. You're watching the CFSL on YouTube. Dominic, it is good to be with you, my friend, as we get ready for the 7th meeting between these two. Nebraska's looking for their first win.
Absolutely, and what a night here in town. It is 66 degrees, a light breeze, and overcast skies tonight. Just a kind of night you need for some good old-fashioned Tuesday night football.
It's perfect football weather indeed, as he said, 66 degrees here, as Nebraska in this rivalry game will get to start first, and they will set up shop, as we said, looking for their first victory in the series. They lost last week to fall to 2-3 with a loss to Texas. Nebraska with quarterback Lincoln League starts under center. League rolling out, throwing quickly on the run. He finds Deshaun Johnson for a 21-yard pitch and catch.
And that is just a good sideline throw there early by Lincoln League. Coming into this game has had just about as you would expect a season to be up at this point. Just under 2,000 yards in the air, 9 touchdowns to six interceptions. Just having one of those seasons.
We will highlight the rushing game for both of these units here in just a moment. We will discuss, compare and contrast as you see the halfback Tyler Archer with a 4-yard rush. Now, he is 22 rushing yards away from tying Scott Fountain for the 4th most in school history tonight.
And that's going to move it down to 18.
So quickly on his way with a 4-yard gain on first down. So 2nd and 6, as we see once again another carry. Just kind of knocks off a defender there and gets 2 more to bring up 3rd and 4.
I don't know if knocked off was the correct tone or like send him to the shadow realm. That man was on the ground convulsing.
Indeed, that would be more appropriate. You're right. League now throwing quickly on a 5-step drop, and he finds Archer, but it's for a 3-yard loss, and they will have to punt this one away. 4th and 6 coming up.
Now, Lincoln's doing a good job getting that ball out quickly, which is going to be the difference here in this game, because you've got DN Jackson McHenry coming off that end, and he already has 15 TFLs this season, leading the league in TFLs, and that's backed on 11 sacks, which also is going to lead the league in sacks. Just a monster season for McHenry, as we have a booming punt that is not gonna woe up, and that is going to come out to the 20-yard line for this offense. And as we look at our impact player, who else but Timothy DeLeste, as he is going to come out after having a monster performance last week over West Virginia, winning 69-66.
And having a great season up to this point. 117 completions to 174 attempts. This time he also can use his feet. DeLeste on the run. Bulldozes over a defender to get close to the first, 2nd and inches on the way.
And after being nominated for Offensive Player of the Week, you expect he's going to want to come back out here and repeat that level of performance. And that's just the tenacity of DeLeste.
DeLeste now to throw for the first time tonight. He finds his man. That is, they're going to say
incomplete. That ball is going to get forced out there by Lloyd Trotter, saying, "I do not think so."
Yeah, Trotter popped that one loose, and a good job indeed. So that does set up 3rd and 1. One-man flank to the left. That is a quarterback keeper for DeLeste, who, as we said, takes it himself and gets the 1st and 10 to keep the drive alive.
Absolutely. What a way to move those chains.
For DeLeste, 6'2", 235-pound senior. He snaps the football, throws towards the sidelines. It is complete to number 88, Cruz McKenzie, for a 3-yard reception.
Nice little way to set the cruise control, and you are going to pick that up methodically. That's going to put DeLeste at 50% on the drive.
Oklahoma here moving the football well. DeLeste going to keep it, shrugs off one tackle, 2 tackles and turns it into a positive gain somehow for the 1-yard rush.
After that forearm shiver to the face play of Noah Eugene. Ugh.
It wasn't pretty, but like you said, he was able to take a would-be sack and turn it into a positive. Now, 3rd and 5 coming. Blitz is picked up nicely. The screen pass to Sebastian Ullman is unfortunately going to be a negative 1 yard there, and they'll have to punt it away.
And Grigsby is just going to shut that down emphatically. Over on Twitch, 7-yard touchdown run, a 7-yard touchdown by Bo Mayweather III. Number 9 USC is going to go up 7-0 on to number 1 Iowa with 6:31 left in the first.
So Nebraska's defense does a good job there, able to stop that Oklahoma offense. Now, what can Nebraska do on the return? It is Tim Tobin who gets 13 on the carry.
And now, after we've seen both offenses come out here and stall, it is going to be time for League and company to see if they can, right after that first possession, and find a way into the end zone.
League now throwing. He gets the time and the space he needs, and he finds his man, Deshaun Johnson, for 17 yards and another first down. His 2nd reception already on the evening.
Went to him first play of the game, and first play of this drive, he's going to do the same thing. Beautiful out route there, crisp execution, breaking out to that. And you have to give credit there to that tackle there by Alexander Carter.
For Deshaun Johnson, I mean, he's such a good route runner, early in his career here, a sophomore, doing a nice job indeed this season. And it's 1st and 10 past the midfield stripe as we have a carry to Tyler Archer, who gets 1 yard, a hard-fought yard there indeed on first down.
That not always necessarily going to be the prettiest way to get it, but you know what? As long as you're moving forward, you feel like you're doing something right. You would like to see a little bit more production out of Archer here early in the contest, but you're still feeling out what this defense is giving you as they're coming out stacking 7 in the box.
And again, right up on the line they are. Archer trying to shimmy a little bit, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage as that's blanketed.
And Blackman is absolutely not going to let anything cook there. And it's credit to the defense. They are daring Archer to run. Nebraska does like to put it on the ground for Archer, and they are just going to load the box and say, I dare you to try to break one.
3rd and 9, one man to the left of Lincoln League, and he sends him out. Now, League on his own, throwing deep, going for the home run ball, and he overthrows his intended target. That's his first incompletion of the night. He was going for the home run there.
Now trying to go for it and just too much dip on the chip, and nothing is going to happen as that ball is going to fall straight to the turf. Another drive, another stall after getting a first down. Got to find a way to keep these drives going together as that ball almost woed up right at the 1-2 yard line, but that's just going to roll into the end zone.
Yeah, they almost had a down punt there. Unfortunately, it does roll back into the end zone, as you mentioned. So with 4:53 remaining in the first, Oklahoma comes back out. So far, a battle of the two defenses, doing a good job in this one up to this point. Del Este hands it off to Evan Shan for a negative 3-yard rush.
And a quick update back over on Twitch. Iowa was not content with that, with being down, as a 25-yard touchdown pass is found to Brykeem Alvarez. 7 apiece, 5:15 left here in the first.
2nd and 13 coming up here for the Sooners. Del Este in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Misses a tackle. Gonna get the first. He's still going, and he baseball slides to the 35-yard line.
And I always love watching him and Mateo make the business decisions, sliding, not trying to take any extra contact, and just makes the smart play there. Almost gets brought down with the shoestring tackle, and is just a little bit too quick there.
The senior, you can see the wisdom there, being able to pull that football down and keep it for himself and get the positive yards. Now, toss play out to Sebastian Ullman there. That is his second halfback, their halfback two that we see in when we have David Michael not on the field.
And Trotter is going to get credited there on the tackle. And actually, Ullman is your starter on the evening.
My apologies for that. Thank you there, Dominic. So, again, back there we'll see Sebastian Ullman on the carry, who gets 6 on a first down.
As long as you're moving forward, you're making the right decision, you're making the right reads, and that's all you could really ask for.
2nd and 4. Mateo Del Este Waits back at the 50-yard line. Takes the snap, rolls out, buying some time, throwing. He is, oh man, Malik Thornton with the big palm there, able to swat that one down.
When you've got big meaty claws like that, you can really make a trajectory change on that ball. What a way to bat that down.
3rd and 4. Throwing in stride. Touchdown, Ace West. He had an ace in his deck, didn't he? 46-yard touchdown.
Stack the deck, and it's coming up all aces. What a dart on that post route over the middle. Gonna take advantage of that soft coverage, and that is going to be a house call early on a strike by Mateo Del Este.
That right there shows you just how explosive this Oklahoma offense can truly be. Great weapons, downfield targets, and it took one play just like that, just out of nowhere, a burst, if you will. And we bring on Jay Finkel for the extra point. As it is good, a 7-point lead for the Sooners with 3:40 remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. That is that kind of drive you want to have back. Gotta imagine treating this Oklahoma offense like a cold start diesel. Gotta take a few minutes to warm up, but once it starts getting good and hot, it is going to run.
And for Nebraska, they'll want to try to stifle that if they can with a drive of their own, as Theo Petty goes spinning out of bounds around the 30-yard line. And we'll see what they can now do back for their 3rd series.
Yeah, said they've had the familiarity there with Deshaun Johnson there going to him first attack of each drive, but you've got to find a way to pick up the first down and then a couple more and put a drive together.
So 1st and 10 from about the 32-yard line, which is where they'll spot them. They start this drive. Handoff up the middle goes Archer, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Glenn Baker with the TFL.
And Baker is absolutely going to just push through off that edge, and is going to get there in a hurry.
Well, I tell you what, this defense of Oklahoma, they're really, like you said, a very tough force to deal with. Like say, stacking the box, and Tyler Archer's just about had all he's going to take of it. A 3-yard rush, but that hit right there at the end of it tells you what he's feeling right now.
I don't know what Hubert said to him before the game, but he was not going to treat him lightly there.
In the shotgun, Lincoln League 3rd and 8, got to convert. They do so. A nice decision in the slant across the middle to Tim Tobin. He needed 8, he gets 9.
And just another forearm telling, get off me. You don't necessarily think this game is a rivalry game, but they're showing up and saying, I do not care for the man lined up across from me.
Now, man in motion in the backfield, and it is a handoff to Archer, who gets 2 more. That has him up to 11 yards. We said we're looking for the magic number 22 for the tie there on that record we mentioned earlier.
It just got to keep chipping away at it.
As we said, looking to tie Scott Fountain for the 4th most in school history. Now, pass play, league to Johnson once more, his workhorse of the evening, 44 yards on 3 catches.
Really stepping up and making it known that he's looking to be the security blanket here. Now, got to find a way to get 2 for 4 here on 3rd downs.
Lee gives it off to Archer. Round the edge, he gets the 1st, and he gets out to the 40.
And he is just going to outpace J.D. Blackman to the edge, skirt around him, and picks up the 1st.
Easily Archer's best play of the night up to this point. Now out of the shotgun, League throwing. He's got his man again on a curl route. It's Theo Petty coming back for it. That was a beautiful play right there.
Big play, and when you think of Theo Petty, you really like to think of Theo Petty in the return game. He can absolutely be a Swiss Army knife, and he is also efficient in his route running and catching.
Minute 40 and counting remaining in this 1st quarter. League with time before the pocket starts to collapse, and he's able to sling it out there, and he finds Deshaun Johnson once more.
Going to find him there on the strike, and Maverick Sanders is going to come up with the tackle on the play.
Brings up a nice 2nd and 2 here. Lined up right side, has a man out there. That is Archer, who is the receiver, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. He got tripped up that time by Oklahoma's D. A good job.
And that's going to be Wesley Wiersma. He's going to trip him up, and that's just enough to bring him up short. If he doesn't, that is a 1st down.
3rd and 3 situation. League to pass. Finds his man again. A nice job of finding Jack McDowell for 11-yard reception. And, you know, he's using all of his weapons early in this one.
He's going to throw that inside out route right behind the defensive back's back. And that is just enough to slip behind and get it going.
1st and 10. New set of downs just outside the 10-yard line here for Nebraska. League with time, throws towards the sidelines to Nick Pruitt, who scoots somehow, able to get his feet down there and get a 4-yard gain out of it.
And good credit to Lincoln League so far. He is just taking what the defense is giving him. He's throwing these underneath routes. He's throwing the inside routes. He's not trying to make anything really kind of shake magically.
2nd and 6, up the middle. It's Archer, a 3-yard rush. And there's the 22 yards he needed coming into this game, and he is indeed going to tie, as we said, Scott Fountain for the 4th most in school history, Dominic.
Yes, sir, and he's going to look to probably try to break it here.
League to pass, pocket collapsing, and he is decked for a 6-yard loss. And that is how we end the first quarter, Dominic, with Oklahoma leading 7-zip over Nebraska. You are watching the CFSL on YouTube. We welcome you back in here with a field goal attempt for Nebraska. Davidson with that big sack that's going to bring on the field goal unit for Nebraska, and KJ Eugene, who tacks on 3 there.
And we have another update over on Twitch, a 33-yard touchdown pass to Keanu King as the Trojans go back up 14-7 with 1:30 left in the first. At some point, I'm going to be able to talk normally. I am so just everywhere tonight, as we're going to watch Jamie Coleman pick up 28 yards there on that kickoff return.
Well, Dominic, I mean, we've got quite a bit of action here, you know, right at us. What a first quarter that we have had, you know, with a great drive there. Oklahoma's defense able to stop them. We gave them the 3 points there, so we'll see what Oklahoma can do now. Del Este to throw. Oh, bulldozing right there over defenders Hayward Crocker Jr.
And he is just, like you said, he's bowling over anybody, getting that first down. And man, we got some players in chat calling for some picks of their own. Gotta love what you're seeing there in chat.
Indeed, now we see motion. Del Este with time, throws towards the sidelines. He's got his man, Leroy Peterson, cutting upfield, gets 12 yards.
And Leroy, the game-winning savior of last week's contest, he is going to be a good one to watch as this game develops.
First down, Del Este throwing after the fake handoff, setting up the play action. Running hard downfield is Charlie Felton. He gets 25 and close to the red zone.
And just what a way to get that out there to your tight end, and he is going to make it work.
Felton coming into the game with 4 receptions for 29 yards on the season. He just about encapsulated all of that in one play.
That's just credit to how explosive this Oklahoma offense can be once they get warmed up.
A quick moving drive here, which we said already got them just outside of red zone territory. Del Este going to put them in red zone territory. Crosses the 10 after getting the first, and another good run by big number 1.
And when in doubt, Himateo can make some magic happen with his feet, as we do find ourselves into the PX1 Sports red zone.
First and goal for the Sooners. Del Este to throw. Throws it out of the back of the end zone. Didn't see anything he liked, so he just got rid of it.
It looked to me like he was trying to put his digits on there and throw it to the cute girl sitting in the front row. She almost could have caught that.
Just about had the number there, indeed. Now, handoff up the middle, as it is Ullman who gets 4.
And Nebraska is playing everything in front of them, and they are not letting up easy. They are going to sit there and try to hold them to a 3 attempt.
3rd and goal. Big play coming up here. Del Este throws short. He's going to get McKenzie crossing the goal line for the touchdown.
Not going to throw it to the pretzel guy this time. You're going to find a wide open tight end, Cruz McKenzie, over the middle on a short route. And that is going to be the lead extender. Nebraska was playing really good there in the red zone, really forcing him to have to play tough. And Mateo is just going to find Cruz open as that extra point is up by Finkel. And that is going to extend this lead to 14-3 with just under 7.5 minutes here left in the second quarter.
So, Dominic, as we get ready to watch this run back for Nebraska, what do you need to see out of this Nebraska offense here? They need a big scoring drive.
Well, see, right now I understand the predication as Theo Petty's going to pick up 26 yards there on that return. I understand the predication of they like to feed Archer and really like to let him dictate this game. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma's too nasty. You're going to have to find a way to air this ball out and make this defense pay.
You're really going to fight fire with fire, if you will. Now, that back to the air is a good decision there to Nick Pruitt for 13 yards and another first down.
Call it like you see it in very first play, right out there, and they are going to pick up the first down in the air. Really like them using that inside out route. It is paying dividends so far.
League will line up under center here. Drops back. Blitz is picked up, and it is Pruitt getting a nice reception and taking a shot at the end of that one.
Yeah, Lamar Carr is just going to drive the car right into his ribcage there. Oof. Over on Twitch, 6-yard touchdown pass to Bo Styles. I was going to tie that right back up, 14 apiece. 8:09 left in the half.
Fast-moving game. Here we are, 6:49 and counting in this second quarter. A lot of action out there. Not much along the sidelines, if you will. It's been mostly inbounds. My goodness, what a hit for Tyler Archer. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. What a fight.
And Hubert is going to get credited on that tackle, and both sides of the ball are hidden. Offense is throwing shivers and forearms. Defense is putting it right in the kidney.
League will send everybody home on 3rd and 2. The throw, though, short in the soft space, but it works out well to McDowell for the first.
Sit down route right at the hash mark. Gonna pick up that first down. McDowell is looking good so far. Blackman is in on that tackle as well.
Yeah, and Lincoln League looking very good as well, making some good decisions with the football. Now, plenty of time. He throws towards the sideline. As soon as I say that there, that was a dangerous pass. Floated a little bit too long in the air, if you will.
Hey, welcome to the CFSL where we have the commentator curse. You almost earned your first one. I tend to be the one leading in that category.
Whew. Well, that was a scary moment for everybody, including Tyler Archer. Takes a clothesline, and he is sat down.
Well, Weinrich was asking for an interception. I think he's going to be happy dropping that kind of hit. Oh, JT Weinrich. Say it ain't so.
That was brutal. And with that, Archer able to get back up and get back in the play here. League throws his direction on a 3rd and 5, and it is snuffed out. A good job by Oklahoma being able to negate any type of opportunity there on the 3rd down pass.
And we are going to look at KJ Eugene coming out here, attempting the long one again. That kick is up. It's got the leg, and it is true. Kick's good by KJ Eugene, and the new score is now Oklahoma 14, Nebraska 6. Just under 5.5 here left in the half. Good. I'm liking what I'm seeing there, that decision-making by League, albeit almost that interception. He's taking what the defense is giving him and giving them the chance to make these receivers get the ball. Just got to find a way into the end zone as Jamie Coleman is going to pick up 25 yards on that kickoff return.
Yeah, and so far we get a chance to look at some stats there as we take a look at Dale Este, who really has taken this thing and really put it on his shoulders up to this point.
He's the magic man for a reason.
So 1st and 10, Dale Este back under center. He gives. That is Oman. Running left, cuts back upfield, and he has room to run. One man to beat, sprinting down the sidelines. They push him out at about the 16-yard line. What a run by Sebastian Allman.
Cam, you want to talk about what could have been a bad omen here for this defense? What a way for Sebastian to find those holes, hit in droves, hit a little stutter step, and really, really stretch that run out. Love to see that kind of effort there by your halfbacks.
Yeah, what a great play. Good blocking as well up front, so shout out to the big boys on the front line as well. And that puts them again in that red zone territory that we mentioned not too long ago. Del Este now throwing short underneath to McKenzie for 5.
And right now looking for that safety blanket in the red zone, Cruz McKenzie, trying to see if he can go ahead and pick up another touchdown. Wouldn't be surprised if we hear his name a couple more times.
Del Este already over 100 yards with 2 touchdowns on the day. He'll go back to the air again. 2nd and 5. This could be a 3rd. No, Peterson does make the reception short of the goal line, but it is a 1st down for Oklahoma.
At that point, ball setting up at the 2, you're going to be happy picking up that 1st down. And if you're the Huskers here, you have got to find a way to really, really get down here.
1st and goal with the carry. Pulling hard is Pat Gray, who somehow spears his way into the end zone for the touchdown to extend the lead.
I see. I like what you did there. Speared, like the way you put that together, and that is a walk-on. In fact, spearing his way in. Kids fighting for a scholarship on the road.
Indeed, boy, you do got to love that. And look at this: Oklahoma 21, Nebraska 6, 4:25 remaining in this first half. And we will see again just what Nebraska can do, how they can respond. They've yet to make it to the end zone. Petty dragged down just past the 20.
Over on Twitch, 49-yard touchdown run by Bo Mayweather III. His 2nd on the night. USC goes back up again, 21-14. Just under 6 minutes left in the half.
Now, if you are in Nebraska here, you want to be able to hold on to this football. You don't want to turn it right back over to Oklahoma. Like you said, that analogy about the diesel, well, they're up and running now. They're hot as Archer goes backwards for a -3.
And Glenn Baker is absolutely going to crush him on that. And now here's the thing, Cam. You really can't afford to give this ball back to Oklahoma with any time. Last week alone, they had 3 one-play over-the-top touchdowns, and they are not afraid to let that ball fly.
2nd and 13 as League throwing now over the middle short, but Pruitt gets 6, so that will make it 3rd and manageable here at least.
Yep, setting up that 3rd-ish medium here. Got to find a way to get it to the sticks. Do not want to see any type of screen come out on this one. Got to find a way to drive it well past the sticks here.
3rd and 6. 2 men lined up to the left side of Lincoln League, and he's going to go down the sidelines. One-on-one coverage, and it is incomplete. Devin Dudley was all over the intended target there.
And Dudley just said, seatbelt, I don't think so. Strapped that from the go and just had nothing working for it.
4th and 6. They got to punt it away, and they do exactly what you said they wished to not do, which is give the ball right back over. Sebastian Ullman gets this right out to midfield. So fantastic field position for Del Este and Oklahoma.
And look how close that first quarter was. In second quarter, it's just been all Oklahoma, and they are imposing their will in all facets of this game.
You know, really making the adjustments that you could see, obviously, on the field here the second quarter, and they're just turning it on. Now, up the middle with Ullman, who they say he will get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And Trotter is going to trot out there and just lay the shot right across that chest plate. What a good hit there at the line.
2nd and 10 with the clock still running. 3:10 remaining in this first half. Now, this rush looks a little bit better by David Michael, who will get 5.
First run of the game and throwing out the stiff arm right out of the way. Jakari Thompson picking up his 6th tackle of the contest.
Now, big 3rd and 5. If you're Nebraska's defense, you want to get this hot Sooner offense off the field, and you're able to do so. Del Este is sacked in the backfield by Boogie Matthews.
It ain't the boogeyman, but it's certainly Boogie Matthews out there sending up nightmares for Del Este. Del Este was winding back, getting ready to rip that down the field, which I like the attempt there. You're in a good spot to take that deep shot, but just too much on that windup, and Boogie Matthews is going to make him pay.
Well, it is October after all, so Del Este getting a visit from the boogeyman, as you said, as it is 4th and 13. They'll have to punt this away, and the defense did their job for Nebraska. Now, can the offense wake up here?
Talk about spooky season for sure. Defenses out here are a nightmare.
We've certainly seen a lot of hits, not many treats, but a lot of tricks. 1st and 10 coming up here for Nebraska, throwing short to Brumfeld, who does get 5.
I think not a lot of tricks is very subjective, because I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody from Oklahoma, they're going to call 21 points a pretty sweet treat, if you ask me.
Anybody would be happy with a first half such as that. Nebraska, though, trying to claw their way back in here. 2:13 remaining in the first half. They give it to Archer. They're going to say he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and a quick 3rd and 4 now coming up.
And Wiersma on back-to-back plays with back-to-back tackles, just meeting him there at the line.
Lincoln League sets up in shotgun with Archer to the left, but he's going to throw. Looking for his options. He barely gets rid of it. He throws into double coverage. And tell me how Deshaun Johnson is able to bring that one in.
He just gets barely behind the defense. And that is just a moon ball by League. And he's going to just put it right out there where only Johnson can grab it. What a connection. And you're not even having to dial collect on that one.
Lincoln League knew that he was going to have to take a shot if he was going to be able to stand in there long enough to throw that strike to Johnson, but it pays off. They keep the lead, they extend the drive into Oklahoma territory. Now throwing short underneath, but it's going to work well for him. Nick Pruitt, 16 yards, 1st and 10. Clock continuing to run here in the second.
Not so fast. First timeout.
No.
Nebraska's going to stop that, and I don't agree with them calling the timeout.
I was surprised to see it. Screen pass now out of the backfield. That is number 2, Theo Petty, in on the reception.
You know, it's not often you see the screen on first down. Nice way to shake it out. Twitch update after this play.
They do take their second timeout. Nebraska, 2nd and 8, throwing. That is Pruitt close to the sticks. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Over on Twitch is a battle of those matchups over there. USC takes the lead, but not so fast. 1-yard touchdown run by both styles. Hawkeyes even it back up, 21 apiece. Under 3 minutes left in the half.
The clock is running. 3rd and 1. Just about a minute and some change here in this second quarter. 1 yard to go out of the shotgun. League going to throw. Gets rid of it, throws it out of the back of the end zone. I am kind of surprised they didn't go to Archer there in that situation.
And I'm not a fan of the field goal here in this situation, Cam.
Yeah, I wondered if we wouldn't see them go for it, but they do send on KJ Eugene, and the kick is good. So the 3rd field goal of the night is true. 21-9, Oklahoma still leads.
But unfortunately, when Oklahoma can find it in the end zone, you're not going to win this game kicking field goals all night. Got to find a way to risk it for the biscuit, and you've got to give it a chance. Worst case scenario, if you come up short, you're going to pin them super deep, as Omen's going to pick up 33 yards on that return.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. Oklahoma has 3 timeouts, 50 seconds, and a lightning rod of a quarterback in Mateo Del Este.
Yeah,
they're going to come out here, they're going to push the pace, and they are going to look for a score, rest assured.
I'm with you there, Dominic. You know, like you said, worst case scenario, you pin them at the 1. Here, you know, you've got them with a minute still left to go. You see a screen pass underneath that goes closer to the first. David Michael with 10 on the, or almost 10 on the carry.
That line of 10, but it setting up with inches, just minimally short.
43 seconds remaining in the half. Del Este throws underneath. It is caught. Ace West for the first near midfield.
And a good use of that first time out there by Oklahoma, stopping that clock with just under 40 seconds left in the half.
Where they can do a lot with 39 seconds. They are midfield. Del Este with plenty of time. He takes off and runs stiff arm. No, not going to get out of that. That was just good pursuit by Nebraska.
And it's just an even better fight for it by Mateo Del Este.
Timeout called. 32 seconds and counting. Del Este going to throw a bomb. He's got his man down to the 3. What a play, Leroy Peterson.
Leroy, you did not.
Oh.
Squeeze me? Wow.
That was just nasty in all the best ways possible. Del Este throwing end zone, back of the end zone. Ace West for his second touchdown.
And that's what you call pocket aces right there for Ace West. He's going to get his second of the game. Oklahoma is putting it on right now. And what did I tell you? You gave them time, period. They're going to make you pay. And as they drew it up, after a beautiful catch down to the 3 and just cashed in the chips, and that score is now 28-9 with 24 seconds left. Nebraska only having one timeout in their pocket, and almost a slightly anemic feeling on finding the end zone, I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of play this one a little loose. And meanwhile, they might even have to. And we had such an explosive return there. But that flag, and there is the dreaded clipping call. That is going to spell doom after that return there. Lloyd Peck in on the flag.
Indeed. So it's going to leave us with 18 seconds to go in this first half. And as you said, that puts the ball at about the 17-yard line. Yeah, 17 and a half. Indeed. So they keep it on the ground with Archer, who gains 3, and that will probably be all that we see out of this first half. And you're right, it all comes back to what you were saying there, Dominic. The field goal, that is great, but boy, with a team as explosive as Oklahoma, you got to find a way to get in the end zone. And so that brings us to halftime. Oklahoma 28, Nebraska 9. We welcome you into our halftime report. And Dominic, just break it all down for us. What have you seen and what do you need to see? We will start with what you need to see out of Nebraska coming out of the half.
Put it in the air. Get crafty. Get cutesy if you have to. Get that ball out quickly. Make the smart throws here. You're going to be stuck in a shootout here with Oklahoma, and you're already down quite a few possessions here. You have got to find a way to get into the end zone. Field goals need to be out of your vocabulary for a little bit, and you need to start risking it for the biscuit if you're in that plus territory on that side of the field. And if you're Oklahoma, I really don't have anything for you on what you need to do.
Yeah.
What have you not done well? I mean, look at it. Nebraska's leading in passing yards, but Oklahoma is crushing them right back in the rushing yards. Nebraska's having the lead in time of possessions, but they're just not capable of finding their way into the end zone here, which is not typical what you see out of this Nebraska offense. Got to find a way to punch it in. Field goals are not going to be your friend here. Knock it off, knock into the end zone, and really retake this game back from Oklahoma.
And I think, you read it perfectly, Dominic, at the end of the second quarter there when they went for the field goal attempt instead of trying to punch it in from about the 2-yard line on the fourth down situation. And that spelled doom, unfortunately, because, as you said, that gave Oklahoma plenty of time to go back down the field and score another touchdown. And look here, the Sooners get the ball first to start the third.
Yep, they got that score off right before half, and they are looking to make it a 14-plus swing and really pile it on fast.
First play of the third quarter, Del Este going to roll out and throw. Coming back to him for that one was Evan Shan, who gets 2 on the first down play.
Right now, Oklahoma is in the driver's seat. They don't have to rush anything whatsoever. They can really slow it down and make this a turtle race if they'd like to.
And you can do that when you lead 28-9. Indeed, Del Este now shrugs off a defender, throwing over the middle. The pass complete, still on his feet. Evan Shan, 2 plays in the third quarter, both of them going to Evan for big results this time.
I'm sorry, was that James Tong out there for the defense, or was that Batista? That was a crushing shot. Oh, my ribcage hurts up here. Wow.
Yeah, it really did feel like a Goldberg spear there, didn't it? I mean, to throw another wrestling reference out.
Just about almost turned him out inside out, folded him still in his uniform.
Gosh. Oh, what a hit. A little frustration taken out on that one, no doubt. Del Este rolling out, throwing again, just making it look ever so easy to Ace West for 13 yards.
You've got to imagine that this Husker defense is frustrated. They're able to get into the backfield. They're putting hands on Del Este. Del Este is just going to shrug off almost anything you send at him.
Yeah, they just look so comfortable right now. Plenty of time. Now he plays quarterback keeper, and he will get sacked. Mike Bell with the sack.
I will say, and right on cue as I say that they can't get hands on him, and Bell just made a believer out of that. What a way to get it back. And funnily enough, not only was that a sack, that was a walk-on sack at that.
Impressive indeed, as it brings up a 2nd and 12. Now Del Este, keeper again, spins out of a tackle, spins out of a second tackle before getting decked. All that for 3 yards, bless his heart.
Oh, Malik Thornton just became a thorn in Himateo's side there as he is going to just send a shot at him. Woo!
Well, you don't need to tell this Nebraska defense that they're going to have to get out here and play physical and try to impose their will if possible on this Oklahoma offense. Starts here with a 3rd and 9. Shotgun formation. Del Este with time. He unloads. He's got a man down there. It's tipped, deflected. Malik Thornton comes up big on the deflection.
And Thornton is going to be the impact there to stop it. But wait a minute.
Oh,
Oklahoma's playing dirty, saying 4th and 9. Let's go.
Well, if that don't tell you how confident this team is at the moment. Del Este on 4th down. Plenty of time, but the defense says, no way, you can't play that game with us. And they bring him down.
Look, wow. I tend to be the person that says, if you can't stop me, why am I going to stop myself? You've got to stop me and force me to give you that ball back. And Xavier Allen said, oh, word? Bet. Hold on real fast.
Incredible. So maybe perhaps the first mistake of the evening for Oklahoma. Instead of punting it away, they go for it, and Nebraska will have good field position. Lincoln League throwing to the sidelines to Theo Petty for the 1st down.
Over on Twitch, a 9-yard touchdown pass to Leo Tufetti as Iowa is going to go up 28-24 with 8:01 left in the 3rd.
Man, how about that? Lincoln League now going to roll out, throwing. Oh, he had his man. He just put a little too much mustard on it, and it floats out of the play, the field of play.
I'm pretty sure he just took out a camera guy down there. Can we get a sit rep on the sideline and find out if that man's okay? Ooh.
Probably broke his camera lens too while he's at it. Now, League with the keeper on 2nd. Now, boy, he's fighting hard. He gets 9. That's going to make this a 3rd and easily manageable here. Well, I shouldn't say easily, but the playbook opens up.
Hey, to be fair, the camera guys know what they signed up for on the sidelines, and you just better pray that it wasn't a mirrorless camera, because that's an expensive repair right there.
3rd and 1 out of the shotgun. League throws complete. Got just enough to Tyler Archer. Went back to his man right there.
And Wesley Wiersma is going to get credited on that tackle. He has been all over the field tonight, as he's already got 7 on the game.
1st and 10. Again, another good-looking drive up to this point for Nebraska. League throwing the pass complete on a little comeback there to Petty as he gets 7.
And what a petty catch, if you ask me. Oh, okay, you know what? I'll shove my way out. I know how to leave the booth. It's okay.
But to see yourself out the door there after that, that's okay. That's okay. I loved it. You know, we talked about those puns. Archer with the carry. Nothing there, unfortunately, on that. So that brings up a 3rd and 3.
And Archer's not going to like that, but Wiersma's going to come up smiling after he just picked up his 8th tackle so far in the contest.
3rd and 3, 5:42 remaining here in the 3rd. League to throw complete. Theo Petty again. And you know something here, Dominic. It looks like Theo Petty, he may be a heartbreaker to this Oklahoma secondary.
Was that another Petty reference?
Yes, it was.
I thought so. Get out.
Well, listen, I'm just trying to make you feel better. League throwing over the middle to pass complete to Pruitt for another 1st down.
And over on Twitch, Dante D'Onofrio with a 72-yard touchdown catch for USC. They're going to retake that lead, 31-28 with 7:12 left in the 3rd. That lead is trading back and forth over there. What a ball game.
Yeah, indeed. What a game you got going over there. Nebraska here trying to get to the end zone for the first time today. League to the end zone, and he does. He finds Pruitt for the touchdown, just what the doctor ordered.
And Pruitt was in there quite a few times on that drive, and he's going to stamp his way into the end zone. Gonna finally find some life here and shorten this lead as we wait for the kick by KJ Eugene to go up. It is good, and that is now 28 Oklahoma, 16 Nebraska. Just a little bit over 5 minutes. I cannot believe I almost said 15 minutes. That's not even remotely close. You know what? This is probably the day where I get fired from the booth. I am just not here today, Cam.
You are all right, my friend. Listen, I got to tell you this. We go back to that play right there as Allman brings it out. for a 28-yard return. That was the kind of play you wanted to see them make on that 4th down right on the goal line before the half. Don't you agree? I mean,
No,
that's
absolutely.
yeah. Showing they can do it. They're going to definitely give some confidence to this Nebraska team. Now, what can the defense do? Del Este on the keeper. He's not going to get much, maybe 5. Yeah, they'll say 5 there on 1st down.
And Xavier Allen is absolutely going to come out there and just check his mettle on the tackle.
4:50 and counting here in the 3rd. Del Este on motion, but they give it to the back right up the middle. And that is Allman once more for the 1st.
On motion, on blitzing, on dancer, on prancer, call it how you want it. You're going to call that in Oklahoma 1st down.
Just past the 40. Del Este. He'll take off and run with it. Shoestring tackle. No, stays on his feet just enough to get the 1st before it is finished off there by Nebraska and number 7, James Tong.
Yep, absolutely. I was going to say he gets 2 hands on him, almost like playing backyard 2-hand touch, just shoving him down to the turf.
Del Este handing off. That is Allman, who somehow gets 3 when it looked like he had -3 there for just a second.
And it looks to me like Boogie Matthews should get credit there in on that tackle. Had 3 men there, and it was just nothing doing. Going to be happy to pick up 3 on that, honestly.
2nd and 7. Del Este with all kinds of time. He unloads, finds his man Peterson. Once more, boy, they went to him a couple of times when they really needed the 1st, and he's proved to be beneficial.
He's been doing that all season. That is just an average kind of performance there for Leroy.
Now, handing it off to Allman, running with a head of steam, running right side. He gets 5 before he is brought down. And as you can see, closing in on the 100-yard mark.
And Lloyd Trotter in on the 6th tackle for the game.
Allman, he averages 108.4 rushing yards per game, 6th most in the league. So another day at the office for him. Del Este's going to go down. Good defense by Nebraska, and Justin Austin gets the sack.
And just in time, too, forcing a 3rd and long here for these Oklahoma boys. Got to be honest here. If you can force them into a field goal position, you have to feel good here if you're a Husker.
Indeed you do. On 3rd and 9, can they get off the field? Del Este throw short, but that's just a sure tackle. And they're going to say incomplete if I am not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Luke Rogers crammed that ball out of his hands. What a shiver.
Incredible. Now, Jay Finkel on to attempt the field goal, to snap the hold. The kick is no good. It goes wide left.
And the 49er is not going to have any success there. It just slightly pushed to the left. And if you're Nebraska right now, you're kind of feeling like you're back in this game. Got to find a way to get back into the end zone and repeat that performance.
Man, a tale of 2 halves up to this point. Now Nebraska coming out looking a lot better. Deshaun Johnson got his head taken off, but he's able to hold on to the football and goes over the 100-yard mark.
Okay, is anybody getting the license plate on that car? Because Lamar Carr is driving on the field, and he should be doing that. Wow, what a hit and run. 2nd
and 5 now coming up for Nebraska. 2:39 remaining in the 3rd. League throwing short, but what a nice move. A little shimmy shake by Nick Pruitt to pick up the 1st.
Hey, I said you're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to get cute here if you want to bounce back into this game. Nebraska took that to heart. Thank you to whoever is listening in to the booth from the sidelines. You are taking notes.
I think they definitely did take your advice there. League with the throw down the sidelines, and you talk about a dart to Theo Petty for the 1st. Wow, that's a pretty play right there.
Yeah, one dart. He wasn't going to miss it. What a throw up the sideline. This is, like you said, a tale of 2 halves. I don't know who this Nebraska team is in the 2nd half, but they needed to be out here in the 1st as well. They are moving and grooving.
Now, they've shown they can get in the end zone on previous efforts. They want to get back down there again. Got to keep this drive alive. Archer running hard up the middle. They, unfortunately, have found a way to contain him. 16 rushes on just 30 yards.
Unfortunately, he's not been able to knock that arrow and let that thing fly. It has been a conserved night for the Archer.
Lincoln League having to really do it on his arm today. 2nd and 7. Here he goes again. A curl route sitting there is Archer. If they can't use him on the ground, they'll use him through the air, and he gets the first.
Hey, I mean, this is fifth catch in the air. If you can't get it done on the ground, find a way to be useful. Maverick Sanders going to pick up his 7th tackle. And honestly, that is the weakness point of this defense. You need to attack them through the air.
1st and 10. 1:41 remaining in the third. League again with time, playing soft underneath. Deshaun Johnson does get the reception. And you know what I'm seeing here, Dominic? These 5 yards, 4 yards that they're getting on first down, it's really made the difference in how their drives are playing out now.
It's very Tom Brady-esque, just dinking and dunking and taking what the defense is giving you.
Using it to their advantage, opening up the playbook. 2nd and 5 now. That was a throw and a play that just really did not have a chance to form. And it's 3rd and 5.
You know, Cam, when I said get cute, I didn't mean that level of cute. Maybe tone that down just a little bit.
3rd and 5 now on the way. Big play for Nebraska. They're going to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Oh, man, that was just thrown a little too far ahead there, but they will go for the field goal here.
Honestly, and right in the situation, I'm actually going to say I'm okay here going with the attempt for KJ Eugene, as the 37-yarder is up, and it is true. That lead is now 28 Nebraska, that 28-8 Oklahoma, 19 Nebraska. I swear, I'm getting fired tonight. No end for butts. Meanwhile, over on Twitch, as we wait for this to come off, 35-yard touchdown pass goes to Dante D'Onofrio. 2nd of the night, USC goes up 38-31. 2:41 left here in the third, as Sebastian Owen is going to return it 27 yards there on the kickoff. Look, I got to be honest with you here, Cam. You were feeling all confident and mighty if you were Oklahoma. Now it's a 9-point game. I don't know if you're still singing that same ho-hum tune on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, if we're just being completely transparent, I don't know that you or I seen this being this score at the end of the third quarter with what we've seen at halftime as Del Este is contained. He gets no gain on the run.
Noah Eugene said, I do not think so. This defense has came out with a revitalized spirit. They are in for the long haul.
Fighting hard here at home. Del Este throws along the sidelines, too much on it. It soars out of bounds. 3rd and 10 quickly.
That they have really taken. It almost felt like Oklahoma walked in and took over the stadium, but the student section down there is pumping and jumping. It is a different feel out here.
Yeah, as we said, the momentum, the tide has turned, what have you, as Del Este trying to get a little bit of that back. And that's how you do it. Evan Shan, hello, sir. A first down on a big bomb.
And just got to float it over the top, and that can be the mood killer. Gotta let that play go. If you're the defense, get back to it on the next play and keep it in front of you. If you're Oklahoma, you're going, bet you I can do it again.
Well, that really felt like they were just saying we need something here in that play, and they're able to deliver. Del Este going to try to do it again, and he finds Ace West coming back for that one, a 14-yard catch for the first.
And just stacking the deck in his favor, and it is working in wonders. 5 receptions, 86 yards, getting close to that century mark himself.
Del Este is so dangerous when he gets out there on those rollouts. And here he goes again, going to use his feet. He is going to get stood up before getting the first. That was just a head-on crash there. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. What a game we've got, folks. Put your fours up in the chat if you're still with us. Oklahoma leads Nebraska 28-19. You're watching the CFSL PX1 Sports on YouTube. We welcome you back in for the start of the fourth quarter, as Oklahoma here going to try their best to try to extend this lead. It was getting a little uncomfortable as that little pass goes good for the first down as they find Allman out in the flat.
Now, Cam, I do want to harp back to that previous play because it's something I noticed before going into the fourth quarter. The end, Boogie Matthews out there in coverage and with that hit. Wow.
Yeah, incredible. Del Este now going to use his feet again, bulldozing forward for 7, and it's 2nd and 3 coming up for the Sooners.
We don't call targeting, and there should have been, because I'm pretty sure Hematella Del Este just put his helmet in the chest of Lloyd Trotter.
Yeah, that certainly looked that way. after a gain of 7. On second down, another keeper. He wants this. He wants to take advantage of it. But Nebraska says, no, thank you. It is Boogie that time getting credit for the tackle.
And he is just boogieing on down there on the defense. He's played in the backfield. He's played out in coverage. What can that man not do at this point?
Well, having a boogie night, that's for sure. 3rd and 4 coming up here. Big play. Big play for both sides of the ball. Now let's stay in. He's got his man, Peterson, for the touchdown.
And that's just a bad, bad man. He can really take the wind out your sails, and he can really make you pay for it. As he is gonna... Can I see that back one more time? It looked like that might have been a little bang there, and right on cue, as I thought. We're going to get the review on that. Let's take a closer look here, Cam, as we try to break this down.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how much possession he...
No, it's caught.
Yeah.
No, that foot was firmly down. It was so bang in real time. Once we got that replay, yeah, no, it was absolutely had both feet twinkle-toed down, and that is how you're going to do it. That is a 10 toes down application. That catch is good on Sundays.
Boy, that was a very nice play indeed, as you said, tiptoeing there along the sidelines, getting just enough as Finkel's extra point is good. It is bad Leroy Peterson who gets the touchdown. It is 35-19. Oklahoma extends that lead. Is that going to be the mood killer for Nebraska? We will see. Good run back here by Theo Petty.
Hey, you know what, Cam? You know who my favorite team out here is tonight? I am enjoying watching the Sooners. Thank you, Jim.
Oh my! 1st and 10 coming up as we've got Lincoln League with the handoff to Tyler Archer, 5-yard rush. Still trying to use this guy, trying to get him in, acclimated, or just as you say, just some positive yardage.
I think it's a little late for acclimation. You've got to start going for the throat here.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's when they've been their best. Now throwing again to Archer out of the backfield. And that's going to bring up a quick 3rd and 5 before he's pushed out of bounds.
And Wiersma's going to pick up another tackle as well. Jim, you've been amusing the booth all night. Don't even worry about it.
3rd and 5, looking for the screen setup. There's blocking out ahead, but Archer not going to be able to turn the corner. It is closed up quickly. Call me crazy here, but I do think this is 4-down territory. Maybe I am crazy.
Look. I'm not going to call you crazy. If I'm playing Madden right now, I'm going for it. However, they're going to say maybe not so much.
That would be the wise thing to do. I'm too much of a gambler, but they do have, I mean, what can I say? I love to put all the cards on the table. As Oklahoma with the run back, Allman there, 9-yard gain, and it is the right thing to do. But I tell you what, this feels like you are going to have to do something to kind of just reinvigorate,
I'm sending you the gambler hotline number after this game.
Well, I probably have it memorized. Now, throwing along the sidelines. Oh, that's what you need. That's an interception. Going the other way. Coming back. That's a pick 6 for Malik Thornton.
And a Mink pick 6 was what the doctor dialed up there. And the Thornton project is going to continue as he is being a thorn in the side of this offense. And hold the phone. They're out here rolling the dice, gambling for 2 just like you want.
I like seeing it. What can I say? Do they get it? Does Petty get it? No.
Nah, he's stopped about a good 1.5 yards short there. Dang. What a gamble, and it's going to not pay off. Try to get it down to 1 possession, but you are now facing a 10-point hole there. But that could be the change there that Nebraska needs.
Yeah, that is why you don't gamble, folks. Leave it to your defense. And a good play indeed brings them back within 10. And, you really do have to credit this Nebraska defense. They have fought hard. They've been behind the 8 ball a lot in this game, but they've not stopped. As Del Estate to run, shrugging off defenders, but they get him down for a loss of 3 and Noah Eugene.
What a sack needed there. And over on Twitch, 1-yard touchdown run by Bo Mayweather III. His 3rd as well. USC is taking that lead and running with it, 45-31, with just over 7 minutes left there. Do we see another number 1 go down this season?
And we'll certainly be on alert there. They'll stay with the fake handoff, and that did not sway Nebraska in any way, shape, or form. James Tong with the sack.
And James Tong just clamping down on him, Mateo, like a pair of tongs. And they are setting up 3rd and Montana here for this Oklahoma offense.
Yeah, and give a call to Noah Eugene, the outside linebacker, the sophomore, coming in to help finish off that. As it is 3rd and 16, Del Este with time. Throws deep, coverage down there. It's deflected by Malik Thornton. He wanted another.
He just about had it too. Even dove to the ground to try to double up on the efforts. That is the kind of effort you like to see out of your cornerbacks, sending it and risking it all. Don't call this game a switch up just yet, but Nebraska is making it interesting as Tim Tobin's going to pick up 13 yards there on that punt, setting up Nebraska in positive. Oh, no, I thought it was just on the other side of the 50. My apologies.
Well, they're going to be close, and like you said, they are making this very interesting. Lincoln League now with the snap, throws towards the sidelines. It is complete to Nick Pruitt, who, takes a shot. My gosh.
Yeah, the shot's an understatement. I think he's going to need a couple shots after that shot. Wow, what a hit there. And, of course, who else? I believe that was Weinrich in on the hit.
I was thinking so, yeah. That's who I had on that's who I was going to put my money on anyway, but what a hit indeed. So 2nd and 2 coming up here, 5:35 remaining in the 4th. Nebraska down by 10. Archer still trying to find his way through. Just a sea of white jerseys there stops him.
And at this point in the game, I am fire selling and I'm liquidating the run game. You have been doing it good in the air. Get back to what's working.
And they will keep it. Lincoln League gonna get the first before getting tossed to the ground.
You know what do I know? Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm up here in the booth and I'm not on the sidelines calling games, as Thunder Rain's going to pick up his 6th tackle of the game.
Under 5 minutes to play in regulation. League throwing, sidelines caught. Petty again for the first.
And that's gonna be a good first down there. Nebraska is moving right now, Cam.
Boy, you can just feel with each play as they get closer and closer to that end zone. The tension continues to ratchet up. League throwing one-on-one. Oh, and he's just blasted. I think he was going for Johnson there, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know who he was going for exactly myself, but I think you need to call the morgue.
Yeah. I can't blame him for not holding on to that after that hit. Now, League with a keeper of his own before he is hit and absolutely leveled by number 20.
Weinrich. It was Weinrich, of course.
It was.
Oh, man. As a quarterback, you cannot afford to take those shots. Oh, you have got to get down and you have got to survive. Oh, that could have been disastrous.
You got to slide. My gosh. A heat-seeking missile was Weinrich. Now 3rd and 8. League throwing, and it is deflected and incomplete.
And look, you have to go for it here. There's no settling, and that is what you like to see. They take the advice, and they are risking it all.
4th and 8. Big play in this ball game, folks. League to throw. End zone. And
he drops it.
Dropped it.
Oh, no. In and out of the hands of Tim Tobin. Oh, no.
Oh, that
what
makes you sick.
What an errant drop. Oh, yeah, you hate to see that. Over on Twitch, 1-yard touchdown run by Manny Mercy for Iowa. They are looking to get back into that game. USC is still up 45-38 with just over 5 minutes left there in the contest.
Oh, bless his heart. I'm still feeling for Tobin in that manner. As Del Este will get right back under center. Tackled as well. This Nebraska defense has been able to contain him. Chris Vasquez.
And right now you are trying to get anything to fall your way there. That offense is going to be hurting on that sideline, talking it over about what went wrong. But when in doubt, it's time for the defense to step up and air it out.
And this offense led by Del Este. He keeps it on the ground. We've seen a lot of that this second half. He's really kind of taken over, and you see 65 rushing yards, and he's really, I mean, I'm just kind of surprised really how they've relied on him.
And TJ, you don't hurt people, you maim people. There's a difference.
Yeah, my goodness. Del Este, though, using his arm this time and about 10 yards out in front. He had his man breaking right there on James Tong, who is just a step behind the intended target.
And threw that ball in Nebraska. The ball landed in Ohio. Just a errant throw there. This defense is giving the offense every opportunity to get into this game, and that's going to be a 7-yard return there by Tim Tobin. Glad to see him hold on to that ball. Got to get that one back in the end zone. If you are Nebraska, you had the opportunities. You've made it work. You've shown it's possible. Got to clamp down on some of these mistakes here, and you've got to play the most sound 3.5 minutes of your life.
Yeah, this is a big one. 3:21 remaining in regulation. Nebraska is down by 10. Lincoln League has had a good night, but still, there is work to be done.
We could be talking about a field goal game at this point, and instead it's still a 10-point contest.
Yeah, that is a big point indeed, Dominic. Now, pressure coming. Lee can't get rid of it. He held on to it a little too long, and Misha Smith gets the TFL.
First tackle on the night, and a emphatic big sack there when it's needed. That is a way to really put this team behind the 8 ball, as we are now set up with 2nd and 18.
League throwing out a shotgun. Gets some of it back, and it will be a 3rd and 9 after the reception by Theo Petty.
Split the difference over the middle, set up a 3rd and long here. Got to find a way to get it over the sticks.
2:45 and counting in regulation. League throwing short. You know this is 4-down territory. Deshaun Johnson with the 5-yard catch.
Yeah, just make it manageable in the situation. Come back out here. Look for your flat routes. Look for something over the middle. Maybe a little in route, maybe a drag. You've got to have this.
2:27 and counting, and don't hold on to the football. No, Lincoln League is going to be sacked, and they turn the ball over.
It was almost like he was trying to run out of everything, but running backwards is not going to win you the game. And yeah, it's going to be a whole gaggle of Sooners back there, as that could just about start potentially spelling the doom here for Nebraska. They've still got 3 timeouts here. This defense has been clamping. They've got to get a turnover here or force this ball out fast.
And Del Este just hands it off to Ullman, running hard. He gets the first, and like we said, they're just a few first downs away and some timeouts being called from being in victory formation.
I'm honestly surprised to see that Nebraska didn't call a timeout, but it's probably smart there with them picking up the first down.
Yeah. Play clock down to 3 before Ullman gets it again. This time the defense is in the backfield, able to swallow him up.
If you're Nebraska, you're looking at all the breaks he had. He just did not fall your way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a sight here. As we're gonna get another tackle in the backfield there, and that looked to me like that was gonna go to. Looked to me like that was a walk-on in on the tackle. Cannot find the number.
Del Este on 3rd and 12. Plays it safe. Does the screen pass out to Cruz McKenzie. They are in field goal range, so they will send out.
And this could be the Dementor's kiss here, as that kick is up, and it is missed again.
Oh, what a night for Finkel.
Oh, man, Nebraska keeps finding ways that they get back into this game. And now you've got 92 seconds, no timeouts. You've got to move, Lincoln.
Yeah, what is that old adage? Don't touch that dial. Nebraska still in it over the middle. Turning upfield is Deshaun Johnson.
Over on Twitch, Matthew Payne with a huge 52-yard pick 6 for USC. Lead is mounted now to 52-38 with 2.5 minutes left in that contest.
Lincoln League throwing, middle of the field. Again, working so good. It's Deshaun Johnson again. They give him 10 more.
And actually, I was going to say, what did Coolio say? Don't touch the dial or leave the room.
1:17 left. League throwing, middle, and Tobin. He gets 8. Clock still running.
Don't mind these over the middles, but you've got to take some shots here and try to give yourself enough time. And they are going to clock it right there, setting up 32 with 67 seconds left in this contest.
Yeah, of course, no timeouts left for the Cornhuskers, so they have to spike it. 3rd and 2, shotgun formation. Archer to the left of Lincoln League. And the snap with time. Unloads, going for it all. One-on-one coverage, and it's deflected. It's thunder rain. But you know they're thinking 4-down territory here.
It has to be. It has to be. Doesn't matter what the down and distance is.
Yeah.
You got to go for it. Look, right here, I'm just picking up the first down, and I'm getting back to the line. No reason to let it fly. Just pick up 2 yards.
4th and 2, and it's a delayed handoff to Archer, who will not get it. Boy, they've struggled all night long in getting him in open space. Only 34 yards on the night, and you see it spell their doom once more.
And that's gonna take the L out of Lover. That is over. Not sure the call there on the halfback dive, as Delessi is gonna come out and kneel this one out, and that's gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah, that will do it. One more final kneel down, and this game is indeed in the books. Not a kneel down, never mind. They come back in shotgun formation. Play clock down to 2. They give it off to Sebastian Ullman, and that should do it.
It was a stretch kneel down, if you will.
Final score: Oklahoma, they win. Nebraska gave them a fight. Oklahoma wins 35-25 in this incredibly exciting matchup we've seen tonight. Dominic, what are your final thoughts, my friend?
Well, 7th meeting, Oklahoma is now 7-0 against Nebraska in this rivalry game, and Nebraska had every chance and opportunity in this game to crawl back into it, take advantage, and win. And each and every time, they just could not get it done. Defense gave the opportunity to the offense ample times, taking advantage of Oklahoma getting lackadaisical and lethargic. But unfortunately, Mateo Deleste is just going to eke out here feeling like they won that game, even though they really shouldn't have. Credits off to both teams. Nebraska's got to find a way to bounce back and get it figured out here. And if you're Oklahoma, you're going to keep doing the same thing week in and week out. Hats off to both teams, and they look forward to next week's action.
Folks, we invite you to tune in again tomorrow starting at 6:30 Central on Twitch as Tennessee plays LSU, and at 6:30 Central on YouTube, it's Florida at Alabama. Now, for executive producer Mike Peters and associate producer Austin Crow and my partner Dominic Barfield, I'm Cameron Duty. Thank you for tuning in, watching, and spending your Tuesday night with us. You've been watching the CSFL on YouTube. Have a good night.